right here. This is perfect.
Okay.
Throw it. It's too late. Lamar Jackson's making $55 million a year. That ball needs to be on time, and it was not accurate. Mark Andrews needs to catch it. Don't get me wrong. But Lamar Jackson's making $55 million a year. He double clutched it and threw it like a dart. And now there's Mark Andrews where it's cold. He's worried about getting in the end zone. Well, this play's open. I understand the Henry concept, but this was the perfect play call. So we can't get mad at Todd Monken. And what I'm saying is that Mark Andrews in the meeting today in Baltimore is going to get a negative grade for the drop. But also in Lamar Jackson's meeting with his quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator, he's going to get a negative grade for this throw. He is. It was late. He didn't throw it with the same authority he usually throws it. And then he threw it behind him. He made it as hard as it possibly could be for a wide open touchdown. And again, I'm not giving Mark Andrews no free pass here. He should have caught that. But I'm also telling you, Lamar certainly could have thrown that better and made that a whole lot easier on Mark Andrews in that big situation there.
I'm going to have to look at it 19 million times. The monitor's too far, but there's like a hesitation before he throws.
He does, his hand comes off, and then he does this, and then he throws it. And then, of course, you see Andrews, who now has to turn his body. He's a big human being. The ball's slick. It's cold. He's worried about catching it. And then not only catching it, making sure he can bring it across the goal line to get the 2-point conversion. So, again, he should have caught it. But Lamar Jackson, 3-time MVP, one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, he could throw it better, too.
He's got to do like Bear and the Bear. He's got to let it rip. You just got to let it rip,
exactly. It's like he thought about it a little bit. It was a little bit like, oh, my gosh, I'm about to tie the game in the divisional round. Oh! And I've been there, and it's hard to let it rip.
First of all, I'm going to open this up by saying this is completely nasty work by Chris Sims. Insinuating Lamar Jackson had got scared or nervous when he threw that ball to Mark Andrews. First of all, you throwing on the run. Second of all, it hit Mark Andrews in the hand. I would say from my time playing football and playing catch, it is much easier to catch a ball underhand in the cold because you can use your body to help secure it. It is cold outside. Mark Andrews had caught the ball up until that point before this. He knows the ball is slippery. So secure the ball and roll in. If he throws that ball any harder, it takes the chance of him trying to catch it overhand. It hits his hands or he runs out of bounds trying to secure the catch and tap 2 feet down. Instead of it hitting him underhand, how Lamar threw it, and him rolling into the end zone. And again, using his body. He gave him extra real estate. So from your perspective, you get a negative grade. From my perspective, I think it's a good throw. Now, could he have thrown it faster instead of that pump? Yeah, but like you just said, the ball is slippery. It's cold. And it's strange because this is coming from a former quarterback. You know how hard it is to play quarterback in the NFL and the scrutiny and the lion's share of the blame you get whether your team loses or wins. So in this case, you try to insinuate that Lamar Jackson could have done this better. And Lamar Jackson was scared in this situation after he just marched him down the field. Now, Lamar Jackson is never going to blame Mark Andrews for dropping that ball or say it publicly. But you could tell he was visibly upset by how that game came out and by his performance because he had 2 mistakes in this game. And in that situation, Likely had just caught the touchdown. So I'm replacing that play with Mark Andrews with Likely because he had just caught the touchdown and Mark Andrews had a drop and he had a fumble. So I'm going to ride the hot hand in Likely if I'm Todd Monken. And I'd just much rather Chris Sims say, hey, the Bills out-executed the Ravens in these key moments and they made enough plays for them to win the game. Josh Allen managed the game very well. He didn't have a superstar stat extravaganza like how he usually does, but he managed the game very well. He didn't play to lose. He took care of the football. He converted. He ran when he needed to. And give some credit to the Bills and Josh Allen and their defense instead of trying to put the blame on Lamar Jackson. That would have been a much better take. And that's my take for this game. Because that's the truth of the matter. Don't try to cover up your take. Stand on your take. Don't try and cover it up by saying, oh, I'm not giving Mark Andrews a free pass by not catching the ball, when what you really want to say is Lamar Jackson threw a bad ball, in my opinion. And that's your opinion, and you're in media, so stand on the take. If that's the take you have, stand on it. Don't try to come and then turn around and say, hey, Mark Andrews, I'm not going to give you a free pass. No, but give the Bills their credit. They needed a 2-point conversion before that final drive, and they stopped them again. Give the Bills their credit for playing winning football. Give Josh Allen his credit for managing the game and converting and punching it in the red zone when he needed to, and getting an early lead and playing defense. I almost forgot about this. Chris Sims, why are you repeatedly saying Lamar Jackson makes $55 million a year? Josh Allen makes $44 million a year, and he didn't throw over 200 yards in that game. And Jalen Hurts, I don't think he threw over 200 yards in his win either. So why does it matter? This is playoff football. The regular season don't matter. Your contract don't matter. It's, can you make the play or can you not? What are you talking about? I mean, look at your co-host while you're saying this take. This is nasty work, Chris.